You are live. I am live. We are live. Five is live. Five, four, three, two, one. Peace in the morning. What's up, y'all? It's Darius A. Stanton and DJ Five Star. That's right. We live on Funky Friday, baby. Oh, man, we are fresh off the NAWWW Bebo for Good pre-tour. That's right, the National Association of College Activities. Shout out to acknowledgments. That's right, acknowledging all of those tight colleges that came through to hear us do what we do. I mean, yo, we were A5, man. Congratulations, King, on a phenomenal conference. The showcase, the booth was hot. The camera was black magic, as always. I mean, you know, what did it feel like, man, to have the other vendors, when they saw us, ran up to us. I mean, they gave us so much love, hugs, you know, brothers. Just, it was powerful.
It is definitely
What say you, King?
Man, I love it, man. It's definitely a family, and we feel the love. We give the love back. They say your vibe attracts your tribe, and that definitely attracted the tribe there.
No doubt about it, man. I mean, it just puts so much power in the space when you allow your circle of influence, you know, those people that you bring to the table. And don't be afraid. You know, that's the thing. Like, you cannot be afraid. I want to really emphasize that, you know, for our folks today. Do not be afraid. You have nothing to fear. Absolutely nothing to fear, because you're inside. You know, when you're pushing good, you know, my mother said, look, go out your way, run as hard as you can and do as many good things as you possibly can for people. And that is it's going to come back to you. Now, if you setting traps and setting people up and talking and you know you did that, then now it's time for you to do a whole lot of other good, right? It's time for you to turn that around so that the impact of all those pitfalls and setups and things that you put in place for other people, you know, when they come back to you, they don't hit you as hard. You can still rebound, because none of us are perfect. We've all made mistakes. But people make the world go round. And speaking of going round, today we're going to talk about the circle of influence. Got to talk about the NFL halftime show. Yo, was everybody pumped up about that halftime show or what?
Phew, Lord have mercy.
So, you know, we got to talk about that. Was it a hit or nah? And you may be surprised, but not if you follow the Peace in the Morning show. You'll probably know how we feel about that. But we're going to definitely talk about that. And Black History Month is still in effect. You know, of course, we do Black History 365, 24/7. But we will touch on some greatness right here in the midst of our community. But we on the Peace in the Morning show. It's Funky Friday, so it's time to let our main man take it away and funk it up on Funky Friday, baby. DJ Five Star. Yeah, what's up, Jackie Mims? Peace and love, Queen. DJ Five Star doing his thing on the Peace in the Morning show. The General.
This world is moving, it moves so fast. You see a lot of new trends, but none of them last. You see the naked, you see the clothes, you see the old attack the young, you see the young attack the old. Yeah, times are changing, the force is here. It's traveling faster than the speed of light to change the atmosphere. Drugs may be in now, but they'll soon be out. When the planet people find out what this message is about, y'all people get it, get it, get it.
Every year I get more, I'm the dust
Get
on
the message now. Y'all people get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. Get the message somehow. 'Cause if you don't have your rocket,
y'all getting more.
on down.
How you doing, Miss Anderson? Good morning.
Don't have your rocket.
Good morning, Miss Jackie. How you doing?
Politicians screaming,
Every year I get more.
you see this war on everything, even the price of oil. Children are starving, disease plagues their minds, while teachers and preachers are busy talking all the time. We're tired of begging for help from you to do the simple things in life you know we need to do. Y'all people get ready to go. Redemption is the rocket, righteousness is the road. Y'all people
kernels. Hip hop culture is eternal. Run and tell all your friends. An ancient civilization has been born again. It's a fact. Every year I'm the strongest. KRS, Marley Marl, yet we last the longest. Let's go. Cause I'm not in the physical. I create myself, man. I live in the spiritual. Through the cycles of life. If you've been here once, you gon' be here twice. So I tell you, cause you must learn too. Hip hop culture is eternal. Hip hop. Her infinite power helping up. Hip hop. Her infinite power helping up. Hip hop. Her infinite power helping oppress people. We are unique and unequal. Hip hop. Wholly integrated people having omnipresent power. The watchmen's in the tower of hip hop. Hydrogen, iodine, phosphorus. Hydrogen, oxygen, phosphorus. That's called hip hop.
Yeah.
The response of cosmic
That's what I'm talking about. Real hip hop, baby. Real hip hop, baby. Real hip hop. So we may as well get into it. Make sure y'all share it. This is Darius A. standing on the Piece of the Morning Show with DJ 5. What? That's right, my brother. Fresh off the tour, coming from Kansas City. We were out there with the National Association for College Activities. So let me just tell you right now, if you need somebody to come teach your school STEAM, science, technology, engineering, arts, and math, and the brother has added R to it. That's right, STREAM. So that's science, technology, reading. Science, technology, reading, engineering, arts, and math. STREAM. And so we pushing STREAM and humanity. That's right, STREAM and humanity. So we want to make sure that while we teaching young people science, technology, reading, engineering, arts, and math, that we also teaching them how to use it for good. So we create the Be Bold for Good tour. So if you want us to come to your college, to your business, to your school, to your community, to your conference, then reach out to us. That's right, reach out to us at 5 Star Enterprises or the peaceinthemorningshow.tv. That's peaceinthemorningshow.tv, because we ready to come to you. And as I always say, hey, we already on your team, come be on ours. So it's time to roll. It's the Piece of the Morning Show with Darius A. Stanton and DJ 5 Star. We cranked it this morning. And right off the bat, I gotta talk about it so we can get to the next part.
I gotta play this part one time.
Go, kick it.
I've been looping it for a minute, just so you can hear it. It go like this.
We gon' last forever. We gon' last forever. We will be here forever. We will still be here forever. Get what I'm saying? Forever. Marley. We gon' last forever.
Yo.
We will be here forever. We will still be here forever. Get what I'm saying? Forever. Marley. I come back. Every year I get new.
You know what it does to me. That's what it brings around. We used to freestyle every Funky Friday, so it's about that time. You got me in the mood. You got me in the groove. You got me on fire. About to take it to side. I'm the king. Darius. Rocking it the best. It's Funky Friday, and we rocking that mic from the east to the west. North side, south side, we with you. DJ 5 Star, he is good for you. Make sure you tune in Fridays so we can make your whole day. That's what we do on the Peace in the Morning Show when we rock with you. Freestyle Friday. Come get some, baby. You know we pumping and rolling. Sure enough, always controlling the mic and the turntables in our hands. We can give it to you just like we can. Got it from my mama, got it from my daddy. Now we out here push around in the caddy and we rolling it, rocking it, doing it hard. Matter of fact, check out your MasterCard, maybe Visa. Another one too. Jay-Z even got a card especially for you. What's up, y'all? It's Funky Friday. Fresh on the mic and I'm rolling highly. Feeling good, looking out at the water. Shorty, what's up? Can I get a quarter? Yo, we talked about the circle of influence. It's the Funky Friday piece of the morning show with DJ Five. What?
5-star.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, it's your time, baby. Check us out. Hey, if you want to be on a Piece of the Morning show, if you want to advertise, you want to support us, you want to get up out here and make sure that we are being bold for good, then hit us on the peaceinthemorningshow.tv. That's right, peaceinthemorningshow.tv. Circle of Influence. Hey, Five, man, we're going to bring that back, man. The Funky Friday freestyle. We used to do it every Funky Friday. We were freestyling. We was doing 5 days a week, so it's time for us to bring that back, man.
I like it. I like it.
No doubt about it. We got
see
to
me
bring
pull
it.
out the applause on. That's like,
Yeah. I needed the water too because I was on the road, right? I was on the road. Bars. That's right. So speaking of bars. Hey man, I saw a clip this morning on IG. Your boy 50 Cent said, hip hop is black music. No question. He said, however, in hip hop, it's the fact in his mind that a white guy would eat up any rapper face to face, and he was talking about Eminem. You know, now he might have been hyping it, but he was serious about it. What say you, Five? What say you? You've been a DJ. How long you been DJing? Officially being an audio score engineer, fresh off with the crates back in the day. How long you been doing that, Five?
oh man, started in '97. I would have think anything before that was DJ Mistake. It was scratching up records, thinking I could do something. I got my first gig that I got applause on in '97. So from then on, I'm getting better at the craft. Good morning, Miss Monroe. How you doing?
Right on. So, and they threw us some names up on the screen. Twister, a bunch of people, man. But what say you, Five? The hip hop. I mean, I didn't even. Okay, so maybe I'll be giving it away. I saw clips. But people love the halftime show from the NFL. I mean, they just absolutely loved it. If you saw the NFL halftime show, let us know what you thought. Give us your comments. Let us know, if it was Mary J was your favorite. Was it Snoop? Was it Dr. Dre? Was it 50 Cent? They gave 50 a hard time, man, on his weight gain. I mean, everybody gained, and maybe they gave 50 a hard time because he be giving people a hard time and trolling people. So maybe they was like, well, since you always trolling somebody, 50, we're gonna light your hind parts up since you was
Yeah.
because he likes to troll. He likes to troll.
They was like he need to fire his publicist because they had him in that tight T-shirt.
But that's how he like it, That's how he like it. So, but yeah, he definitely was. Yeah, he swelled up a little bit, but who hadn't during this time of pressure, stress, and all the things that we have to deal with, today. The folks who, God bless those. We've had family members, close friends. That we've lost, not necessarily to COVID, some just, through life. Unfortunately, in the city of Annapolis, where I'm from, we had just an enormous amount of overdoses, and unfortunately lethal overdoses for people who were really good brothers, man, really good sisters. And, they had been, in a lot of instances, they had been getting high. I mean, the majority of their adult lives, and they, are in a position that unfortunately, that fentanyl, man, has been really wiping people out, and so, just being able to be alive, amidst the weight. So you got some weight gain. Guess what? One thing you can do is just turn the plate over, right? That's number one. You can drink more water. You can exercise. Okay, you can drink more water. You can exercise, and you can be consistent. You can walk every day for a half hour. Rain, snow, sleet, or snails, sunshiny, whatever it is, So take your time and get out and get some exercise up in you, and then make sure that you got that circle. Make sure you got that circle. So, let us know who's in your circle and let us know what you thought about the halftime show because we want to hear it. Because I got something for you, what you really want to think about. I got some real chit chat for you in terms of what we think is going on with regard to the halftime show. So make sure that you share with us what you thought about it, who you thought, was hot or not. And, we gonna get into it. Now, here's the thing. When you think about it, I want to just share something with you. And that is, in 2021, and then it came out again in 2022, the NFL actually acknowledged the fact that they have been race norming, right? And what that basically means is that they had subscribed and encouraged their doctors to, and what they said, the way that they report, let me report it the way that the NFL acknowledged. They said that they had created a scenario or used the science that black males or black people's brains were smaller than white people's brains, and that they didn't encourage the doctors. They used it, they gave them an option as one of the ways to scale or to judge when people came to make their claims because the NFL had settled a class action suit for the men who played in the NFL who had been dealing with brain trauma. A lot of you saw Denzel's movie and, around concussions and how that impacted their brains. And so if you don't know, the NFL is 70% African American. So 70% of the players in the NFL are African Americans. And they literally said that, they thought that black brains were, because they were smaller, they didn't deserve the same amount of compensation that white athletes did. Because if they were smaller brains, that they didn't have as much brain loss as a result. And so a lot of the, right. I mean, so you're an engineering student, graduate from Morgan State University, and the Golden Bears with a master's in business administration as well. What do you think about, just the whole philosophy, the whole thought process that African American brains, or people with black people, or people of color, you call it with cobalt, people with melanin, their brains are smaller. And even if they were, right, if that were the case, and your 70% of your players are African American, you would want to snatch that from them? What you think about that, Five?
Man, it's disgraceful. We all know that African Americans were first on this planet. When the Europeans went and stole what we could know as slaves, they weren't slaves then. They stole doctors, they stole lawyers, they stole our ancestors. And yeah, and so it's being targeted. And so we got to be mindful of how we continue to move forward, and be mindful of all the non-allies. We have allies and we have non-allies, and there are strong people, strong positive people in horrible environments, and there are horrible people in wonderful environments. And this is just the world we live in, and we have to really move in a way that connects us with that. I want to play another record.
All right, all right, all right.
Africa, wake up. Africa, shape up. Africa, man up. Africa, stand up. Africa, wise up. Africa, rise up. Africa, light of the world. Every man, woman, boy, and girl. Your paradise. Your paradise. Your paradise. Your paradise. Africa, wake up. Africa, shape up. Africa, man up. Africa, stand up. Africa, wise up. Africa, rise up. Africa, light of the world. Every man, woman, boy, and girl. Your paradise. Your paradise. Your paradise. Your paradise. Your paradise, your paradise, your paradise, your Africa, wake up, wake up. Africa, wake up, wake up. Africa, wake up, wake up. Africa, wake up, wake up.
I'm taking my freedom, pulling it off the shelf, putting it on my chain, wearing it round my neck. I'm taking my freedom, putting it in my car, wherever I choose to go. It won't take me far. I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 golden, living my life like it's 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 golden,
Golden.
I'm taking my own.
Yeah, we getting the bounce off, bounce in. We must be powerful this morning. We getting the pop up, pop off. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna keep it rolling because that's how we do. It's live, baby. So peace of the morning. What's up, Queen Star in the building? Good morning, blessings. Yes, indeed. Thank you for the work you're doing out there, Queen. Yes, indeed. Hey, look. So we're gonna get on back into it. Thank y'all for holding on with us. Thank you, Five, for keeping it rolling. It's Funky Friday, fortunately, so we can keep flowing. So we were talking about, the halftime show and the NFL and the fact that they have been race norming. And, just that it's unbelievable that they would actually, you just think about it from a compassionate perspective. You could, even business. So if 70% of your employees are African American and the majority of the people who come forward for claims that they have been disabled mentally or some other form as a result of playing the sport, you've already agreed to play the claim. It's just a matter of determining at what level. And you slight them because you said that their brains are smaller. So, you got white owners, white coaches. It used to be predominantly white quarterbacks, but of course, that went out the window because they said that, black quarterbacks weren't smart enough to read and master all of those plays. Of course, that wasn't true, but, here you got the halftime show that everybody loved, was celebrating and, jamming to it. But you jamming to people who think that your brains are smaller. They literally said that. I mean, it's not even it's not a conspiracy theory. It's not like they overheard it somewhere or it was a text message put. No, this was something that they documented, that they interviewed, spoke to directly as representatives of the NFL, and that's what they think of black people. Period. So why would you continue to watch that? Why would you continue to support that? I don't understand. I can't get it just doesn't make sense to me. Okay, a few brothers become millionaires, but you have thousands of children, hundreds of thousands of children that are running out and playing this sport that is damaging the brain. It's damaging the brain. It's scientifically proven. But you're still sending your children out there to play football, and you're still encouraging them to go into that sport. Somebody tell me if I'm wrong. Help me understand. Like, push back. Let me know. Give me some feedback if you don't. If because to me that doesn't seem like respect.
It's never been respectful. And why would they respect? Why? It's all about business, Darius. Everything is about money, capital. This is a capitalistic country. At the end of the day, if I say these words to piss you off and you come shoot me, you got to go to jail. Guess who owns the jails? It's business. Guess who makes money off of prisons? So to me, it's about us learning how to grow our emotional intelligence to not even let that phase us and focus on what we need to focus on to impact our community. We need to. It was a post I saw today with Dr. George Frazier, and it had every celebrity in one post. Little selfie, right? Everybody, every rapper, whatever. He said it's over $1 billion in this picture, and I'm gonna read the caption from Dr. George Frazier, so I don't even misquote anything. It says over $1 billion in this picture, and not one black-owned independent town, school, hospital, bank, insurance company, manufacturing company, or I don't even know what this is. MILITIA, militia? What is that?
Yeah, militia.
We are our biggest problem. So at the end of the day, I don't care what they think of us. We already know what they think of us because they would like for us to get pissed off and start a war so they can send us all to prison so they can make more money in the prison. And then they make more money by sending us all the way to rural areas so the people who can't even vote get counted in that census. So now they get more delegates, more senators, and now they can control more legislation that holds people down. I don't even want to focus on that right now. Let's focus on how we can impact our community and change what we do, repair ourselves. We can't control the liberty, we can't control the justice, but we can control the repair. So let's focus on that part. That's my advice.
Man, let me push my cheer button for you, brother. Speaking of which, I gotta get a cheer button for you, man. No, A5, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And so as a result of that, Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the spirit and circle of influence as we, bring the point home. So I brought to the table the fact that people love the NFL halftime show. They thought it was the greatest thing. They arguably said it was the greatest. We did, though, however, agree that that Prince's halftime show, when he had the symbol on the whole field, and was probably one of the greatest moments in time with regard to the halftime show. But the challenge was, that they've been race norming, and 75% of the NFL is black, and they decided that they were going to literally encourage the doctors to use a practice that, says that black men's brains are smaller than white men's, and so as a result of that, their claims shouldn't be rewarded at the same level. And what Five is saying is, we already know what they think about us. They already know what the mentality is. So what are we going to do about it? And so that lets us shift gears. Give me a little scratch, Five, so we can shift that, scratch that red on out. Yeah, I think we're gonna add that to the show. We're gonna just scratch it on up out of here, right? Itching for a scratch, yeah. So we're gonna scratch that out of here. And what we're gonna focus on is circle of influence. Circle of influence. Okay, who's on your team? Are they on your team? Who's on? Are they blowing steam, or are they your steam team? Are they your science, your technology, your engineering, your reading, your arts and math team, or is it just steam where they just talk a lot but they don't really do nothing for you? They show up at the events, but they don't really try to book you no gigs. They don't try to get you any contracts. They're not calling you up and telling you what you can do for your health. They're not calling you up and praying for you or praying with you. What are they doing? Your circle of influence. Five, talk to us about circle of influence and what that means to you, please.
Man, I tell these young people all the time that a wise person told me, let me get up close so y'all can see my eyes. A wise person told me that your friends and associates and your circle are like elevator buttons. They can send you up or they can send you down. And when you look at it from that perspective, when you look at it from the perspective of time, that's where it comes really in. It's no time to waste. It's so fast. It's 84,000 seconds. You gotta understand, it's not that a lot. It's not time. It's not too much time. So you can't even drain your energy being amongst people that are just pulling you down. Those negative Nancys and those no hope Bobs and the people that the naysayers. You gotta make sure that you surround yourself around people that's lifting you up. And that's what I have to say about that. I feel, let me show you a way to go.
So get your team tight. Your circle of influence. Thank you, Five. For sharing that, because we've got to really at this time with all that we have going on with regard to our physical health, our mental health. Anxiety is at an all-time high. All of those things that we're dealing with, the pressure. I see Sister Jamie Bennett just jumped on, peace and love, Queen, talking about circle of influence. How important is it to have a tight circle, people that you can, work with, that you can depend on. And everybody's not able to do something that, benefits you from a business perspective, but it might be spiritually. It may be your mental health. It may be the person that you can, go to and just share, and they'll listen and they'll give you some good advice. But they're sincere, and you don't have to worry about it going anywhere. You don't have to worry about any judgment. Your circle of influence, people that'll pull you up. So, a few months ago on the show, I was saying shout out. And Five, the master's degree holder that he is, the engineering student that he was, and now electrical engineer that he is, said, Darius, don't say shout out, say acknowledge. I love it. Pull me up. Pull me up. You need people in your corner, that'll pull you up. Jamie Bennett, put your show, your business in the chat so people can reach out to you for coaching. So people can reach out to you for help and support in the HR space. She's an HR executive off of Wall Street, running her own business as well as a number of others. So, those are the kind of people that you want in your circle. And if you notice the circle that you see behind the circles that are interchanging that you see behind 5, they represent neutrons. They represent atoms. It's energy. So your circle of influence creates a certain level of energy. And that energy is what then propels you and raises you up. And so you need people that are going to raise you up. You need people that are going to pull you up. Anybody that wants people around them that's just going to kind of, pat them on the back and, tell them when they look good or tell them when they, sound good, but don't tell you when you're not doing good. That don't tell you when you're not looking good. You don't want that kind of circle. You want the kind of circle that's going to help you be better. We have a few sayings on the show, but one of those is love people, but also push people. And, we 5 and I, we always pushing each other. We are always pushing each other. We're always taking people and putting them at the next level. Thank you so much, Jamie. We're always working to get people out there, so that they can do good for other people. Because when you push people and you help other people get to to a higher elevated state, guess what? They're going to be able to help you. Dollar bill, y'all. So, you got these people out here that, they have crews and teams and people to support them. But they don't even look to, they'd say, well, when I get to a certain point, that's when I'll pay you. Right? Well, okay, you might not be able to pay me my top dollar right now. But if I'm supporting you, pay me something. Help me do something. Help me get a gig. Help me give me a resource. Help me get a contract. What is it that help me get a job? Help me get, whatever it is that can help benefit you and your family, then make sure you bring those people around you. And here's the other thing. When you think about circle of influence, also remember that you're going to need somebody to pick and lift you up. Because we all go through challenges, whether it's in our relationships, whether it's in our businesses, on our jobs, school, with our children or families. And we're not always going to be on that high. Now, we're taught to be mindful and to stay, at an all-time state of where you're present and you're grateful. But there are times when you hit that low. And when you hit that low, you need somebody that can come in with that energy, whatever it is that can shift that gear. And so you need people in your life that can, pick you up and pull you up and support you. And if you don't have that in 2022, and you're spending time with people who don't have your best interests at heart, no one's perfect. But you need people that are going to push you and make sure that you're out there. So 5, share with us some of the circles of influences that you have, with tied to the organizations alone that you connected with, and any individuals you want to share as well. But definitely some of the organizations that you represent or you're a part of that have a huge impact on your circle of influence.
Well, let's start with my queen. Hey, baby. She is checking in. So the Queen Tinker, a.k.a. Carol Tillman, that would definitely be the team that has been riding for me for about almost 2 decades now. And starts with that. When home is great, you can move forward and conquer the world.
That's right, because it starts what?
It starts right at home.
At home. Me too. Thank you, Queen. Mm-hmm. Erica. Excuse me, 5. Keep on.
So focus on mission-driven things. They say that ego is an acronym for edging God out. So if you find yourself trying to separate people separate our culture, it might be your ego talking. So check your ego and focus on the mission and the greater good of the world and greater good of communities. So with that, I serve as the president of the Greater Baltimore Black Chamber of Commerce, and where our mission is to help businesses grow. We believe is strength in numbers and power and unity. People ask a lot about, well, what's the benefits of being in the chamber? Well, what if there's a problem that's hurting your business but can only be solved by a law? You think it would be power with you going to Annapolis or wherever your state capital is in your part of the world by yourself to say this is a problem for my business? Or do you think it'd be powerful if the Greater Baltimore Black Chamber of Commerce or a chamber wherever you are, and said the business community finds this to be a problem? See the difference? Second would be relationship building. Remove that word networking. Build relationships, build trust. It helps build capacity. When I trust you, I'm going to refer business to you. I'm going to help push people. I trust my brother Darius, so we push each other. We give each other business. It's not, he's earned it. It's not giving it, he's earned it. I know he can complete the work. I know he does the work. And I know that he's going to dunk the ball when I throw the alley-oop. And then third is supporting other nonprofits' mission. Sometimes we don't have time to do what our heart wants to do based on what our schedule. You don't want to write a check with your heart that your schedule can't cash. So focus on the mission of nonprofits. So that's really what chambers pretty much do, especially our chamber here at the Greater Baltimore Black Chamber of Commerce. I serve as the vice president of Black Professional Men. Our mission is to ensure the future of the African American male. We turned 31 this year. Since 1991, stand on a lot of giant shoulders, and it's amazing to serve for this organization where we are more of a NASCAR business model. We have organizational partners, we have venue partners, we have content providers, and as you come into the organization, your goal becomes our goal, and we connect those partners that we already have and align those cars with your car, and helps you overcome whatever challenge you may have or opportunity to grow you may need, or whatever goal you may accomplish. I enjoy being a member of Black Professional Men. Do I have anything else in here? Oh yeah, the Baltimore County African American Cultural Festival. Madam Speaker, Delegate Adrian Jones is the founder. We'll be celebrating the third Saturday of this year. I believe it's September the 17th, third Saturday in September. And so I'm just looking forward to connecting with you all. Anything that's about merging our culture together are some of the influences of circle of influences that I focus on. I love the mission of the festival. Imagine going to the courthouse. Most of the time when African Americans go to the courthouse, it's for something negative. So for 26 years, I think this is 26th year, at the courthouse in Towson, Maryland, on the third Saturday, you can fly in and for free, enjoy great entertainment, and support other nonprofits, preserve history of African Americans, and to give scholarships. It's just amazing. When you tie your heart to a mission, it brings people together. When you focus on the ego is edging God out, and it usually separates people. So focus on that, and focus on removing the barriers of collaboration. Removing the barriers of collaboration. When I spoke on a podcast last week, they said, Kendrick, I love how you built your business. You and your wife built the business together with her knowledge and your knowledge, and you going to school, getting your MBA, and bringing that together. Back in the day, we didn't have that. Our businesses looked good, but they were in shambles. So we ain't want to collaborate with nobody, because then we're going to expose that we ain't really know what we was doing. Wow. And so education is powerful when it's applied knowledge. Knowledge isn't powerful when it's not applied.
Wow. Thank you, Five, for sharing. You know, one of the things I heard yesterday, Brother Adrian Harpool. Congratulations to Adrian. He received an award yesterday at an event that Five was one of the featured speakers at the Frat Port. reception event that was held at the BWI airport. And Adrian, congratulations again to you. That's Adrian Harpool, part of our team, part of our circle of influence for sure. Was awarded for the work that he's doing in the community to bring resources and good information from a communications, public relations perspective. That's Harpool and Associates. So, congratulations to him. But he and another brother were on a podcast yesterday, and they talked about one of the things that we don't talk about that often, and he said in the African American or Black community, and that is, they don't talk about money. And, if you ask for money, it's almost seemed like, well, it's if you ask for money, then, either you're doing bad or, you broke or, you're what you're doing is not working or successful. It seems like it's a negative thing. And the brother said he runs a company called Octane out of DC, also a public relation firm. He said the first thing in a lot of cases that other races do, they talk about money right away. They ask for money. It's not even a question. It's not even a challenge. So I shared it with my wife this morning, who has her master's in business engineering management. She's got an MBA from George Washington. She said, it just as you talked about at the beginning, that's part of the capitalistic society. Leverage other people's resources, to be successful in business. And so we have to get used to and comfortable with, especially if you're going to do good with it, asking people to help and support your cause, asking people to help and support your business. Don't fret about that. So I say the same thing to myself. We don't put our Cash App out there enough. How much do we do to support other people? The amount of work and energy and time that we spend working and helping and supporting other people, the more resources that we have, the more we're going to do for other people. We've said it countless times today, push people, push people. And so that was like a light bulb going off in my head in terms of the projects that we're doing and we're working on to help people. And so in order to do that, we got to really get more comfortable with having those conversations. So, as we wrap it up, put your business, we asked Jamie, thank you, Jamie Bennett, for sharing your business. Put your business out there. Let us know who you are, what you do, your website, your IG, whatever your means or mode of communication that you want people to reach you and see what your business is. Priscilla Clark wrote, thank you. Eugenia Butler, sisters working real hard to help get our community together in Anne Arundel County. We're bringing men and women into schools to create peace, both in schools and in our homes. And so, put your information out there so people can know how to reach you and support you, because we need to push people. That's what that energy circle of influence. And some of the folks, that are a part of our circle of influence is, lovemoremovement.org, Dr. Bruce Purnell. The brother is working, during the COVID-19, the height of COVID in the District of Columbia, there's a neighborhood, a street in DC called 37th Place. And basically people shooting and killing each other up street and down street by virtue of the fact that they are up street and the other people are down street. Somebody got killed and it just kept going back and forth. The brother, along with his team, went in with a healing center, and they created a model that literally has now they called a truce over Zoom and have stopped shooting and killing each other. Now, you're not hearing a lot about it in the news, but that's big. That's a big deal when killing is taking place all over the country, right? And so we're going to bring that same project to Annapolis, Maryland, and Anne Arundel County, and take it to other parts of the country, because we have got to learn how to heal from the trauma. And following that capitalistic model, the negative aspects of the capitalistic model, that are selfish, putting profit in front of people. Five said it. The reason why, we don't have time to focus on that is because we already know what the system is designed to do, to make money off of people. And it's not just making money off of people of a particular color. You need all of the people. 1% of the people in the United States manage and control the majority of the wealth. 1%. So the rest, you could be a Trumpite, you could be a Bidenite, you could be a whoever height you want to be, if you are not in that number, they are using you. And so we need to be able to redirect our resources so that we utilize our resources to benefit us. So check out lovemoremovement.org. That's Dr. Bruce. Another part of our circle of influence is Al Kabilon Shule. Very important organization that was formed. I'm one of the co-founders of this organization that was formed during COVID. And this particular organization is focused on teaching ancient Al-Kabilon history. Al-Kabilon is pronounced different ways, is a word from Kemet, which was the word that described the continent of Africa prior to slavery and prior to the colonization of the Danish people. And it was a Danish man who actually named Africa, Africa. So Africa is not even the original name of the land. It was given to, named by somebody else who came to steal it and pilfer it, right? And so Al-Kabilon Shule is an organization that meets every first Saturday of the month, where we train people and educate people with scholars that are, just top of the field of African studies around the world, the African diaspora, and talk about the richness and the properties and the foods and the culture and all the contributions that have been made by people of ancient African descent. And, that's the computer, cell phone, traffic light. I could go on and on. You've heard a lot of these inventions before, but math and science created by people that look just like Kendrick and I. And so when you think about that, and you think about the fact that our children are not excelling in math and science when we're the creators of it, there's a missing link there. Well, I bet you if people knew that we were the creators of math and science, they would know, they would have a different mentality about taking the hard math classes versus I'm not taking that class, it's too hard. You come from the people that created that math, or the origin of it. And so, that's what Al-Kabilon Shule is about. So please, take your time and support. Go out and check Al-Kabilon Shule. Go on the organization to make some level of contribution. And then another broadcast that we have is called thelightsoftheroundtable.com. The Lights of the Round Tag. Hashtag the lights are on. With the beautiful Queen Darlene Brown, our sister of divine empowerment. She was a Speaker of the Year in Prince George's County. She's a IT executive, just a dynamic sister. And Darlene, is the only female on the Lights of the Round Table. And then, of course, our good brother MJ, Marcus Johnson. We have a project that's coming out. We actually are putting music underneath of our speeches, underneath our conversations. And so that's going to change the whole dynamic in terms of what you're used to hearing in terms of speeches. And also, you can check us out, Five and I, we're doing the same thing, speaking over top of our, the music and using music and multimedia. Media Masters is a product that Five sells, Five Star Enterprises, as well as Matthew Music Kits. And we're going to do a commercial on that before we wrap up today. But being able to, tap into the Lights of the Round Table so the light can be brought on, so you can see by virtue of the information that's being shared. We call it like the intellectual cool, because the brother and sister, brilliant. Marcus he's got an MBA and a law degree. And, he owns a wine company. He owns a music company, now a marketing company, just brilliance on top of brilliance. And so those are the kind of people that are tied to our circle of influence. And I could go on and on. I don't want to leave out the Queen, queentotheworld.com. Go check out, that's my mama. Gotta give mama some plug. That's queentotheworld.com. And her music and the cosmic manifestations, her artwork. Oh my goodness. As a matter of fact, I think next week to close out Black History Month, we started the Black History Month focused on families. So we're going to end it focusing on families. as well and bring some more work of what's happening in our own families. So you encourage you to, sit down with your grandparents and find out what has your family contributed. What have you contributed? I found out the other day, I knew she was one of, but my sister, Lamoria Stanton, is what they call a committee queen. So at the state of Maryland, House of Delegates and the Senate, they have committees that all of the delegates and senators belong to, and she is the coordinator of the chief staff person in that office, the committee queen. That's a big deal, right? And she's the first African American to hold that role. So, we could talk about first all day long, but I just want us to understand the importance of our circles of influence and people that push people, and make sure that you have people in your circle who have your best interest at heart. Your best interest at heart. So, Five, if you would not mind sharing with us as we get ready to get out of here, we're going to funk it up a little bit because it is Funky Friday. It's Freestyle Friday. I don't know if I might have one more freestyle in me, but you can rest assured. Thank you so much, Sister Blocker. We appreciate you. Bless your heart. But we definitely want to make sure we crank it up, and we're going to reintroduce Freestyle Friday, Funky Friday Freestyle right here on the Peace in the Morning show, so you can get on up. That's right. Yeah. So Five, tell us about Math Through Music, brother, and what that does for educating our young people about science, technology, reading, engineering, arts, and math.
All right, topping your local news here at 5:30, we got a man promoting a creative way to teach kids about STEM, and he's doing it through music. That's right, he's teaching them how to be a DJ, while learning math. And WMAR2 News' Brittany Werner tells us some schools in our area have already started using the method in their classrooms. Brittany.
Math and music usually aren't intertwined, but one man who's crowned himself the STEM DJ has a mission of using them together to help kids learn math through music.
Everybody loves music. It's a universal language.
Kendra Tillman, who's the owner of 5 Star Enterprise, says teaching kids about math through music was a lifelong dream for him, and it starts with teaching kids how to DJ using mathematical principles.
We took the few principles of math, 5th grade through 9th grade, so part the whole, percentages, addition, subtraction, multiplication, ratios, you name it, in the 5th grade through 9th grade section, and then applied it to the processes of DJing, the processes of music.
Tillman says exposing kids to mathematics in this creative way while pairing it with music often makes kids more excited to learn about math while being entertained, and that can potentially translate to increased creative thinking, higher test scores, and hopefully higher graduation rates.
We wanted to make sure that we could actually take what I learned in school, in digital logic, and apply it to the art form that I love the best, which is the art form of DJing. We're not in the business of creating DJs. All we want to do is add a resource that combines with what's already there to make it more engaging for our scholars.
And it's
I see you, Doc. I see you, Dr. Eric Holmes, want to check in. And Charles Morton from the chamber. Seen him a little, yeah.
And it starts with a kit that includes 35 different lessons on DJing while simultaneously learning math.
So the first thing is your hardware. Your hardware is what's really captivating because students can control 2 different songs. They can blend them together. They control the volume. So this lesson is about calculating the beats per minute. If you calculate the beats in a 10-second period and multiply that by 6 to get 60 seconds, you'll find the beats per minute per song.
And that's just the beginning of the many lessons students can learn. Tillman says some school districts have already started using the kits in their classrooms.
Some of those schools are using them as rewards. Some of them uses them as after-school programming, and some of them used as an educational resource, which we like. Montgomery County Public Schools have purchased 16 of our Math Through Music kits, and we are providing educational programming as an educational resource along with the product.
Math and science are two very important subjects, and Tillman believes instructors need to get more creative with how they engage students while teaching it.
Everybody does not love math. And so hence why we put it together to make it more enjoyable.
Tillman says the goal is to
Explain how to communicate with millennials instead of a text message, but I know not to text a baby boom, I can call them directly.
That was last night at the speaking engagement. Slip that in there. One time
Ladies.
for the Black Speakers Network, Brian O's, he was there on point.
Make sure you understand who you're communicating to, because they tell me a lot. Their experience is important, and the energy of our young millennials is important. And we need to combine those together. And so when I speak to our baby boomers, they say, Mr. Tillman, there are opportunities that come to us, but it's always too late. The opportunities that they say are here, but they couldn't find any minority businesses. And so having programs like this, we salute you, and we just thank you for having us as partners, because now we can prepare businesses for the future. Yeah. Quick fact, 2% of businesses in the whole country have more than one employee. That means 90% of businesses that look like myself and many other businesses in this room are solopreneurs. So that's last thing. We need to support each other. The chamber, we always say that it's strength in numbers and it's power in unity. And so I want you to remove that word networking from your vocabulary, and let's replace it with relationship building. See, when we build relationships, we build trust. When we build trust, we'll send you business. We're going to continue to refer and say, as you go to the airport today, you better support them businesses there, because we build trust. And when we build trust, we build capacity. Thank you.
Somebody said, woo!
Well, you know, impromptu speaking is one of my loves. I didn't know what I had to say. I just spoke.
Well, that's because it's on your heart, brother. And remember, as I said, if you're interested in bringing us out, to speak, if you want the tag team dynamic duo, if you want the 1 or the 2-0, whichever you like, reach out to us. 5 Star Enterprises, that's his tag on any form of fashion. And also peaceinthemorningshow.tv, you can reach us there. But we want to come out. We want to speak to you. We want to encourage your businesses. We want to encourage your employees. We want to encourage your families at your family reunions. We want to encourage your children at your high school, elementary. We want to encourage the community, because we understand the power of being on good teams. And, as we say on the Peace in the Morning show, hey, come join our team. We're already on yours. Hey, this is Darius A. Stant with DJ 5 Star on the Peace in the Morning show.
5 Star.
We on our way. Y'all have a funky Friday weekend. We gonna party until we just don't feel like it anymore. And hey, look, 5, I love you, brother. I appreciate you, man. We're looking forward to big things in 2022. Then what you gonna do? Let's get small. Do you want to get up? Yeah, so don't forget to get your freestyle ready, because we're going to bring you on next Friday for the Freestyle Friday. We want to make sure that you're out there, Freestyle Friday. I want to acknowledge somebody right now, just because that queen is so much in our corner, and she has adopted me as her very own, and that is Mrs. Tillman. Queen, I just want to say thank you for raising and giving birth to Kendrick Tillman, DJ 5 Star, your baby, and my brother. Thank you, Miss Tillman. Love you. Mwah.
All right.
Yeah, that's how we're going to go out. Takara Colbert, what's up, cuz? Put your information in the chat so people can see who you are and understand the business that you're putting out and the stars that you're giving birth to. That's right, Takara Colbert, and the work that she's doing in our community. Crank it up, 5.
Taking the good ones with the bad.
DJ 5-Star.
That's why we talking about all love. 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 All love got everything. I can give you all my gold and still expect to be a king. Call my doctor, private practice. Gave me advice on how to break some bad habits. I got home, searched the web to call the black mechanic near where I live. He can fix it, gave a quote. Went to my black on bank to pull out some dough. Called my lady, Lord, she pretty. Going to this new black hub and she came ready. That's why we're talking about all. Called my doctor, private practice. Gave me advice on how to break some bad habits. I got home, searched the web to call the black mechanic near where I live. He can fix it, gave a quote. Went to my black on bank to pull out some dough. Called my lady, Lord, she pretty. Going to this new black hub and she came ready. That's why we're talking about all black. All black, everything. I can't give you all my gold and still expect to be a king.
DJ 5-Star.
I heard a voice from heaven saying you're worse than a non-believer. And if you can't provide for your own, trust me, son, I won't save you neither. Tell on! From everything I gave you, as though they are your living God. Your family stones while you're praising me. Trust me, son, all your prayers from my until tell on! That it's all blind, all like everything. I can give you all my gold, still expect to be again. Hey, my partner, my apprentice, designer, my farmer, my teacher, call my lawyer, car dealer, mechanic, my shrink, in case I panic, my judge, my banker, my preacher, Lord, my savior. Automatic, somebody say yeah. Automatic, somebody say yeah. Automatic,
Gotta love that. Yo, that's incredible. Give it up for the brother.
I learned how I had to learn how to make bonsai trees.
And that's just about right.
Also learn how to trim trees.
Bonsai Forest Group came in. It looks nice.
It's been a pleasure to be here today. Like, I actually came here just to check it out, but then I was like, you know,
DJ Focus on the check-in. What's good, bro?
Learned a couple of things today, and big shout out to Evolve, the bonsai guy, the team right here.
All right.
It was fun trimming the trees because I never really got to do that, and it was a fun experience for me.
I had to get my hands dirty and do some like digging.
One time for Coach Bilal.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Hey, let's give it up for our young people and the people in the community that's doing and making Black history every day. So I want to thank you, Five, for being with us this morning. As always, on the Piece of the Morning Show with Funky Friday, we funked it up with that all black. What's the name of that artist, Five?
Marcel Russell.
Marcel Russell. Marcel Russell also has a nice video with my brother, Masai Ramke soon. They got a piece on love. Boy, that joint is hot. Matter of fact, we're going to play that joint next week as we honor our family members that are making Black history. So I'm going to close the show today reading a piece by brother Robert Mugabe. Robert Mugabe. And this is such a powerful piece because, you know, when we struggle and we go through things in our lives, we sometimes want to quit. And so I just want to encourage and inspire people. And I ask you all to share this because it's such a powerful. My wife sent it to me. Thank you, Erica. So you mean to tell me that someone down your ancestry line survived being chained to the other human bodies for several months in the bottom of a disease-infested ship during the Middle Passage, lost their language, customs, and traditions, picked up the English language as best they could while working free of charge from sun up to sundown as they watched babies sold from out of their arms and women raped by ruthless slave owners. Took names with no last names, no birth certificates, no heritage of any kind. Braved the Underground Railroad, survived the Civil War to enter into sharecropping. Learned to read, write out of sheer will and determination, faced the burning crosses of the KKK. Averted their eyes at the black bodies swinging from the ropes hung on trees, fought in world wars as soldiers only to return to Americans as boys, marched in Birmingham, hosed in Selma, jailed in Wilmington, assassinated in Memphis, segregated in the South, ghettoed in the North, ignored in the history books, stereotyped in Hollywood. And in spite of it all, someone in your family line endured every era to make sure you would get here. Someone in your family line, in spite of it all, endured every era to make sure you would get here. But you receive one rejection, face one obstacle, lose one friend, get overlooked, and you want to quit. How dare you entertain the thought of quitting? People will never know you survived from generation to generation so you could succeed. People risk their lives to make sure you will be here. So don't dare let them down. It's not in your DNA to quit. I said it's not in your DNA to quit. Keep on pushing. Robert Mugabe. So that's it for us today on the Piece in the Morning Show. We thank you so much. Remember, hey, push people, love people, love people. This is Darius A. Stanton with DJ 5 Star, the General. We appreciate you. Love you so much. Peace in the morning. See you next Friday.